want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight? Yeah!
Story.
Coming to the after party tonight? Yeah!
Actress Daveigh Chase has passed away at the age of 35, so let's get into it. Harrowing footage shows Lilo and Stitch actress Daveigh Chase, skin and bones, living on Skid Row months before her unaliving. Lilo and Stitch star, and she also starred in The Ring, as like the girl who climbed out the TV. Star Daveigh Chase was living a tortured existence months before her unaliving as her friends and loved ones tried desperately to save her. Her manager told the California Post. John Ryan, Chase's manager of more than a decade, said he and Chase's stepsister, Gaia Brown, had enlisted the help of a private investigator about a year ago to track her down and get her some help. Ryan said at the end of 2025 he was alerted to a video which allegedly showed Chase shockingly skinny and struggling on Skid Row. The video, posted and later pulled from social media, showed a very thin Chase barely conscious on the floor of what looked like a tent or trailer. This picture is a little graphic here, but I guess this is what she was looking like. Very sad situation. Chase garnered considerable fame for her role as Lilo in the 2002 animated movie and earned even more acclaim as the Ring villain, Samara Morgan. However, the last decade of her life was marred by periods of addiction and homelessness. Chase was unalived on June 17th from meningitis and an infection in her blood, TMZ reported. She was admitted to the hospital for severe malnourishment, the outlet added. At the time of her unaliving, Chase hadn't appeared in a film or on television for about a decade. Her final starring roles were in the horror film Jack Goes Home and the thriller American Romance in 2016. So it just makes you wonder, what demons was she struggling with? Hollywood has a habit of chewing these celebrities up and spitting them right out when they're done with them. You know what I mean? And this seems to be another unfortunate case of that. As you saw in the clip at the beginning, that was the 2003 MTV Movie Awards. 12-year-old actress Daveigh Chase, won the award for Best Villain, for her role as Samara Morgan. And, you saw presenter Diddy and Ashton Kutcher handing her an award, and there was an interaction, drawing heavy online scrutiny as legal cases against Combs had, previously developed. The encounter, the video shows Diddy asking the 12-year-old actress if she is attending his after party, to which Chase, she says yes. And Diddy gets very giddy and excited. Why are you so excited to have a 13-year-old coming to your party? Make it make sense, and then they're hovering all over the poor girl. And then, of course, they made her do that line from The Ring. So as I said earlier in the video, Daveigh Chase was 35 years old, and she was born on July 24th of 1990. So that would make her a Leo. So I've noticed that in the headlines, I keep seeing the number 35. If you recall, Carmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years for, the unaliving of Austin Metcalf. And I will be doing a video called Trayvon, Cyrus, and Carmelo, the deep dive. And I'll be dropping it today on my other channel, Deception Decode Nation. So you're going to want to go follow that channel so you don't miss that video. But anyway, he got sentenced to 35 years, so Daveigh Chase was 35. Carmelo Anthony got sentenced to 35 years. And the Knicks just won the NBA championship, and they hadn't won for 53 years. The numbers are interchangeable. 53, 35, same thing. So what else is 35? Also, some people believe that 2026 is the end of the 250-year theory. A specific fringe theological theory argues that, his little season began in 1776. We've seen that date. Isn't that when the USA was founded? With the founding of the American Revolution, allegedly TikTok, that's people's opinion. Proponents calculate a quarter of a day in God's time as 250 years, meaning the season concludes in 2026. This view suggests that 2026 marks the end of a period of global deception and the imminent return of Christ for judgment. But as always, everything I've said in this video is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. This was such an unfortunate situation. Who knows, like I said, what this poor girl was struggling with, ever since she, became part of the industry. Who knows what happens? You know what I mean? So, and we clearly see, knowing what we know now and looking back, it definitely looks kind of crazy. Because in a world of deception, you need deception decode.